Welcome to Skol Chat with Skoda. We are a chat group created by four guys who are a blended family, not only through the traditional familial means, but also for the love of the game, specifically for our favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings. We won't claim to be professionals, nor will we cover a lot of stats unless it is specific to the topics we'll be discussing. We are just four fans who get together to basically discuss all aspects of the team, from games, training, releases, signings, and the overall organization itself. Our name is derived from two of us who currently reside in Minnesota, and two of whom reside deep within Packer territory. This is not our livelihood, as we, like many of you, have busy lives, and what we hope to obtain are additions to our blended family by having you become a part of it. We have room to add a couple of you at a time during our airings and would like you to join us in our chat. As with any family, there will be happy times and sad times to be discussed and experienced. Although the game may only last a season, the desire for the game and the team is year-long. If you want to join us, please hit the subscribe button, follow us on YouTube, and give us either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on your experience, and leave us a comment. If you'd like to join us during the show, contact us at the email link provided below.
Welcome to Skol Chat 24. This week, we're going to talk about the Vikings' victory over the Commanders. We'll talk about how the rest of the NFC North fared, and we'll make some predictions. If you like what you see, hit us a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to join us for an episode, email us at skolchatwiscota@gmail.com. The description will be in the description below. And with that, let's open up the floor. The Vikings beat the Commanders 31-0. It was pretty much kind of everything we had hoping it to be. The only other game where they seem to play better or as well is against the Bagels. So
yeah. I thought it turned out to be a pretty good game. I mean, I honestly, I can't believe that the Commanders didn't end up scoring. We ended up holding them off and with the picks and stuff that we had, but I thought for sure we were going to get a score against us, especially a few different times. But
It happens when you let the defense rest a little bit.
Yeah.
When the Commanders throw on the 2-yard line, 3-yard line, 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And they ran the ball down the field on us.
That's what I was saying. They just kept going and going. I'm like, oh no, they got this. Nope. I could not believe it.
Well, the question is why wasn't this simplified to this offense that we're running right now much earlier in the season?
Well, that's what I was going to say. The way they were playing Sunday, and just from the other podcasters talk that have been at the training camp, what they were running during the game was what they were working on all through training camp. The different plays and everything like that. That's what they were working on. So it's confusing why get in a live game and they're doing entirely different things, After
you've already lost the postseason, pretty much.
Well, yeah, I guess the comment was even made about I listened to O'Connell's presser Monday, and then also again today. But on the Monday presser, some of the other podcaster interpret the way O'Connell talked. It's like he was, I'm trying to think of the word to use, kind of like, well, I had settled for these plays, this play calling and whatever. It's like he, it wasn't, I guess, to him real exciting and all that. And it wasn't down the field shots and so forth, But I didn't get that interpretation, the way he talked or anything. I think he was surprised that it worked out as well as it did because he, what he'd been doing the last several years, like with Cousins and Darnold, the long throws and stuff like that. It wasn't Delvin Cook, his first year ran fairly decent, gained ground and all that. But I mean, since after that, the run game, or he didn't have that many run plays. So I don't know. But what I understood is, what they ran on Sunday is basically what they in training camp were running, the different plays scenario.
they took what they gave them instead of trying to force something.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's definitely
like these-
probably what went down.
slowed it down. You know,
Yeah. They came out and then started pass, and, it was like 1-2 punch, and if they, as we saw, short yardage, they ran it. If they got, where it was 3rd and 6 and that's when threw the ball, I don't
think
know.
you can tell how the offense was going or what the plan was for the game by the personnel. I saw a personnel breakdown where their base offense is 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back. Well, they had 2 wide receivers and 2 running backs and a tight end, or 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. Had that almost as much as their base offense, or even more if you combine them. So,
Well, starting off, they had when what's its name, the tight end that came from the Packers. At that point, they had 3 tight ends on the field. So and that's what O'Connell needs to do. Is I think he needs to quit relying totally on 11 personnel. That's 3 wide receivers, right? So quit constantly running that. McVay doesn't even do that a whole lot anymore, especially this year. He's running 2-3 tight end formation, So, there's when O'Connell first got here, the first couple years, that type of, game plan worked. But it's not working now where you do the deep shots, So
the majority of the pass plays, J.J. McCarthy, once he hit his back foot, the ball was out. I even saw a couple of plays where they had Jalen Naylor sat down in the middle of the field by 6 yards. He just wasn't trying to run through the zone. He sat down, like we talked about. Like, when's the last time you saw them run hooks or curls or sit downs or find a hole in the zone? Because was just finding a hole in the zone, sitting down. So, I mean, there was definitely a different philosophy. But like John said, I mean, it's kind of too late. Although, have you seen the playoff picture?
Not lately. I haven't looked at it.
All right, so the Vikings are on the bubble. They're actually on the bubble here.
yeah.
It says 1%, but
Say there's a chance.
so you're telling me there's a chance, yes. And all they'll need to make the playoffs is to win out, and then they'd have to finish at least better than the Lions and the Bears. Obviously, win out. So then they need the Bears to lose all the remaining games, the Lions to win only over Chicago and Carolina, or they could make the playoffs if they win out, finish with head-to-head wins, and then if Tampa Bay finishes with a 9-8 record, they can make the playoffs. So, I mean, there's a few moving parts, but there's a chance.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody's got to
What
go.
is it? 1%?
Again,
Usually they don't work out.
they're not mathematically eliminated.
Right. They're not. They're still hanging by a thread, but, but if they would have lost to the Commanders, they would have been totally out of it.
If they wanted to let the Bears win, and I mean, there's lots of what ifs, right? I doubt they're going to make the playoffs. It's highly unlikely. And it's just kind of disappointing, though, that it's this long into the season for KOC to kind of see the light that you can't put all this on the young quarterbacks. You can't have them reading a progression offense when they don't have the time to read it, or too early, or they don't understand the timing of the concepts that they're trying to run. So this is what I expected to see when, the beginning of the season started.
Yep. Progress the other way. Don't start at the top and work your way down. Work your way from the bottom and work your way to the top.
What maybe he saw? I was going to say that maybe he liked what he saw in training camp and thought he could just put more and more on the plate. And then by the time first game rolled around, it's like, whoa. And then, I think at the end of the Chicago game, the first game of the season, he kind of realized, wait a second, I got to call players that can be successful. I can't just have them drop back and just wait for 20, 30-yard in patterns to, come open if he doesn't have the times.
Well, then also, too, the game Sunday was the first time or maybe the second time, but where the O-line was actually the line that they envisioned starting the season with. They had them 5 guys out there, and they all played the whole game pretty much.
Let's say it's the first time they finished the game. Second time, I
Well,
think they all been together on the field at one time.
Right. And anyways, that's part of it too. And then the thing is, like you said, Joe, quarterback is only 22 years old. When he came out, he was 20. He might be highly intelligent, on with the game and whatever. But then when you start throwing all these other layers on top of everything else, and then laying out all this, I think with O'Connell's system, for his system to work, when they talked about the fundamentals and the technique for them plays, is his feet got to be set right, his body's got to be, everything, where with that, then trying to read the defense when he goes back, it's just too much at the same time, So
He was still having mechanics issues. He was like finishing throwing the ball like a pitcher a few times. But again, well, it was there. It was accurate. It made it to where it needed to be. Like, I mean, it's just too much. Then like you said, then he started talking about his mechanics, and then the media got all about, was into that. And then it's just like you said, it's just overwhelming.
And then on top of that, he was hurt, how many games did he miss and all that? And it all boils down to injuries. Yeah, I know the big rant is, well, the next man up got to play just as good. Next man up, they don't get the full reps. They don't get all this and that. Yeah, they go through all the motions and everything else. But, that's just like a quarterback, all of them, even veterans, even O'Connell, Wes Phillips. So, yeah, the more reps you have, the better you'll get. The more reps. Well, they answered their own question, and everybody else ought to pay attention to it. Well, see, as long as McCarthy makes these steps, even though they're gradual, you want them to do that instead of, okay, you won the game Sunday, then, up here, then up here. Yeah, it's not going to jump that high. Right?
And like you said, it should have started there, and it should have built on it. Or if he did well, then you can kind of build on the concepts or build more on or put more on his plate as the season progressed, instead of here's everything all at once and you got to deal with it kind of thing. I think it was the first game that they actually, other than the Bengals game, that they actually got 3 turnovers. The defense did, and they said that Harrison Smith is like the leading player. Leading active player for interceptions. So and there's that. And I thought for sure the Gangster was gonna get a pick 6, but Scary Terry caught him. Otherwise he would have had it.
And honestly, I don't know if he thought anybody was that close to him or not. I think he didn't go as fast as he probably could have. I don't think he thought somebody was right on his tail or catching up to him. No, he did a good job.
Well, that's another thing. Since it's talking about Harry, the hitman, I don't know what the standards is with the Vikings or the league, or if there's anything to do with that, but I think as the owner of the team, if this is Harry's last season, you know what I think they ought to do come next season? Put Harry in the Ring of Honor. I think he ought to go in instead of waiting 5-10 years or whatever. He'd been with the team ever since he got drafted. And I think, as they call it nowadays, modern football, Harrison Smith been, long tenured player, and I just think they ought to do it. Anyway, that's my.
And he worked with them so many times over the years, too, on his contract and stuff. He could have easily went somewhere else for more money at times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, that's my, what you want to call it. Anyways, I have spoken.
They retire his jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, they haven't retired Paul Krause's. I mean, that's
right.
I got to show you this. It's 1 sec here. So, it just got me thinking when we were talking. Because I was talking about Van Ginkel, and he just looks like the most unassuming guy, off the field. And there was a picture going around of him in the community doing like you go into a school in the Minneapolis or St. Paul area, and this isn't the picture I wanted to find, but he just looks like just a guy like he'd be at the Guitar Center or something like that. If like he wasn't
Yep.
like in the animal.
Yeah, I've seen commercials with them. I'm like, okay, right on.
But like, there's another picture where he's standing off the side and he's doing like I don't know, like the Biden thing because he doesn't know what to do with his hands, so he's just like sitting there like with his hands like this next to his side. It just looks fun.
As long as he
But
don't fall, he's doing good.
I think did they announce the Pro Bowl yet?
No, I have not looked into that at all.
Yeah, I haven't either. I mean, I don't. Unfortunately, a lot of our guys aren't going to be able to go this year. Aren't going to go. Ain't going to get enough votes.
Well, I don't know. The guys on defense more likely would. I don't know. I don't think.
I wonder when they make the announcement.
I would imagine it'd be before too long.
Yeah, well, they would have to in order to. Yeah, don't they have the Pro Bowl before the big one?
Yep.
I guess they got like the weekend of January 30th to February 2nd. So assuming the Super Bowl is the next week.
Okay. Yeah, I forget now that the Super Bowl is in February, isn't it?
Yeah. Remember when it used to be at the end of January?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just going back to kind of what we're talking about, like with the offense, like with Josh Oliver having 2 touchdowns and then Jordan Mason having a rushing touchdown, and like you said, like it was 3rd and 1 at the goal line, and they ran it and got a touchdown.
Yeah.
The defense played well. There was no miscues from Price. That kick though from I'm gonna draw the blank on the kicker's name. Big leg.
Riker? Will Riker or
That's what it is. Will McGrill. That was pretty close
Yeah.
on one of his field goals. Just barely snuck it in there.
yeah.
But anything else? There's really, I mean, I went to the game, but I didn't take really any pictures because I'm
What?
like, I was there. I was experiencing it.
I
Say though,
where's the pictures to prove this? I don't think you're.
I got the game program right here. Yeah, of course you can't see it.
I think you could buy those off of eBay, can't you?
I looked at it like there's like I thought, oh, this would be good bathroom reading material. It's not.
No.
There wasn't anything that could play
Uh,
in there.
Old Tom
But I
saying
did-
he was
it
on
was-
eBay at 4:00 on Sunday afternoon and having it FedEx.
Overnight,
Hey, this is
just
cheap.
there that I was there. Oh,
It's cheaper than a ticket.
it's not as loud as you think it'd be, but
Really?
where you're sitting, it's just it must all just funnel down towards the field. Just the way the stadium's designed. It got to a point where like they try and pump up the crowd for the defense, or if it's like a 3rd down or something like that. And with the Vikings winning so ugly at the point, like nobody was cheering, so it was just kind of funny.
Excuse me.
But no, yeah, it was fun. Just definitely different watching it in the stadium as opposed to on the TV.
I always say it's.
Is it better watching it from in the bank there than what the old Metro?
Definitely way better. And there wasn't troughs in the bathroom. There were actual urinals there. And there's
Oh,
enough bathrooms where you don't have to wait in line and wait to go to the bathroom. Like you could just go at any point in the game, even at halftime. But I prefer watching it in the comfort of my own home. I just can't deal with people that much.
I said you can't go back
Like,
and
no.
afford a $35
You got,
hot
like,
dog.
You got 6 cheese curds for $20.
Well, that's not
holy
They're
shit.
big. Like, I mean, they were decent sized curds, but I mean, they're like six of them for $20. You could have got 20 or 12 of them for 30.
What?
But no, it's not.
You
I
should.
didn't buy anything when I was there. I wasn't going to waste my money.
Holy crap. My
It was fun to experience. Huh? I don't know. I wasn't in the market for a hot dog, so I wasn't checking prices. I should have, I guess.
Probably what you pay for a turkey leg at a frickin' county fair.
Yeah.
How much is that?
About $15.
I was joking with Jenny like before we got there. I'm like, can you wait to have your dome dog? Because I used to have the dome dogs at the Metrodome.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, what is that? That sounds gross. She wasn't up for it. So again, we didn't get a hot dog. She got some like Hippo Pocket, which is basically just a Crunchwrap Supreme at some kiosk. Hey, anything else about the Commanders game?
No, I think that pretty much wraps it up. It turned out to be a good game.
Well,
Yep,
the-
defense did awesome.
yeah, well, the bottom line is that overall found out that it isn't, I guess O'Connell learned his lesson after playing Max in Seattle and trying to run his style of, his dream babies, So anyways, yeah. I'm good. I'm good. I was happy. I didn't, believe it or not, I didn't yell very loud every time we got a touchdown. Or
Wasn't it funny? Like expect win.
Oh.
It was just a weird feeling.
I,
It was against
Really sure what we were gonna see.
oh yeah, because well, every week is different. I don't care. Yeah, good teams, real good teams, eventually lose. Like the Eagles, I can't believe they lost.
Right.
It's like, what the hell?
It was against a 3-7 team with their starting quarterback having sat out for how many weeks and his first game back, and he got injured in the middle of the game on that pick interception to Van Ginkels.
Yeah.
And then their backup was in, but their backup seemed to didn't do any better than he did. Yeah, we'll see if the game plan translates to the Cowboys game. They're playing down in Dallas. Or is it Sunday night? So it's a primetime game. There's a 50-50 chance already they're going to lose because it's primetime. But the Cowboys, I believe, are 6-6. Is that correct?
I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to that.
The Cowboys are 6-6 right now.
They are. So 6-6. And the win probability I won't talk about because who knows?
The Cowboys are 9-4, Dano. Or no, the Bears, I mean. I'm sorry. The Bears are 9-4, Dano.
Discuss that when we get to that.
Read lips.
I couldn't understand you. You're sitting on them.
That he found his keys.
I'm assuming the Cowboys are favorites to win the game. We'll talk about the Bears.
What's the line? What's the line?
I don't know.
Did you
The Lions?
The line.
Probability of winning a
What does the sport action got by a touchdown, 3.5 points, or
the betting is the Cowboys favored by almost 7 points, 6.5
Wow.
points so far. Over unders at 48 points.
wow.
So if I had some money, I'd bet on the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, if they can go and play like they did last week and just, take what they give them and not give that defense time to stay rested in between, I think,
Yeah,
that's
run.
grand.
Be on the field for 12 minutes. By
Yeah.
the way, the last game, they broke or made a record or whatever, the longest time possession in one series.
Across
or-
the NFL or for the Vikings or what?
I think it was, I want to say in the NFL, but there was something else the Vikings did, broke the record for the Vikings, But also, too, the game was over in 2.5 hours instead of 3.
Shows you when you run the ball what happens. Those stops, they had long drives. So
Right? But anyways, yeah. So anything's possible, If I had money to throw away, I'd bet on the Vikings too. Boy, I could really be raking it in then. The Vikings win. If the Cowboys are favored by 7 points.
Yeah, we got to check out points. We'll see who's raking it in this week.
We'll get to that.
somebody's excited. This is the first season I haven't heard much about the Cowboys. They're kind of flying under the radar.
But they go out and they're hot or otherwise they suck, just like we've been doing. Stuff. They've been hot.
Well, they usually kind of start out good at the beginning of the season and they kind of peter out or crap the bed at the end. So see if that continues and they have that going. I'm going to take a look at their opponents and the results.
I hate to say this, you would think that Joe had a really upset stomach with all that growling.
Didn't know who was winning, the chili dog or the toilet paper.
They're sitting there all day long, don't bark, don't crawl, and all of a sudden they decide they want to play and start fighting. They already told them to be good. Of course, they weren't going to listen.
You tell them that for sure, it's over.
We'll go over our injury report, initial injury report here. But we had 2 DNPs, which was Hawkinson for his shin and Darisaw for a knee. Otherwise, we had, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 limited for things. Addison for his Achilles, Jackson for his ankle, Donovan Jackson, and Theo Jackson for his neck, Aaron Jones for his shoulder, Josh Metellus for his shoulder, and Levi Drake Rodriguez for his neck. Chandler was at full participant today. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 off for rest. It was Allen, Hargrave, Jefferson, Kelly, O'Neill, and Smith. For Dallas, they had 2 DNPs, which was Gayton, one of their tackles, for an ankle. And Hooker, safety, says not injury related, it's personal issue. Otherwise, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for limited participation. It'd be Clowney, their defensive end, for a hamstring. Trayvon Diggs for his knee. Jake Ferguson, tight end, for his calf. CeeDee Lamb, concussion. Let's see, Hunter Lupke, the fullback, for a hip. And Shavon Reed, cornerback, for a knee. Wilson, their safety, for a knee. And then their one tackle, Hakeem, whatever, is full participant. So
Okay, hopefully Diggs won't be playing because of the concussion thing. A cornerback with bad knee or whatever. Hopefully he trips over and hurts his knee some more. Was there another one?
yeah, CeeDee Lamb with his concussion. I don't know how long he's been in that protocol.
I heard something about that, but not when he had it or whatever. The question was if he'd be playing, but if he didn't do anything today, or
He was
did they
limited today.
limit it? Okay, so that means
He could.
he could come out of the.
Yeah, he was
Well,
concussed.
you know,
I don't think he-
I'm gonna have to sell something to get a plane ticket to go fly down to Dallas and take care of them hurt Cowboys. But wait a minute, he didn't do a very good job when he was sent to Green Bay, to make sure that them players on injury report didn't get out there and play. He was too busy rooting for his Bears. That's what it was.
And the Bears.
Hello. Send him down to Dallas with all them all-women cheerleaders. He may not make it back.
Talk about a boy being in the hot water.
All righty. So who do we got?
Well, who's picking the score to begin with against the Cowboys?
Let's see. Who had the most amount? Let's start doing it this way. Who did win the most amount of points last week? And then they can be the first one to pick.
That's a good idea. Well, that would be
Not me.
everybody but you got 2 points.
Really?
You picked against the Vikings, so you
Yep.
didn't get a point. We all picked for the Vikings, so we got a point. And then we all got a point for the Lions winning. We didn't pick the other game very well.
No, at all.
So there, 1 sec here. My first day on the job.
Holy smokes! Look at that.
Dad still lead 19, John 17, and Tom pulled into second with 18 points.
Boy, oh boy, you're getting closer and closer to the cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, they're mine, Dano. I'm coming.
It's been kind of like that here last week and this week. He was a point behind me.
I'm just being nice. Be a little nicer, Dano. You get them all the time. It's not fair. Erica, you're being mean.
I thought you were all for watching me eat them cinnamon rolls.
No,
Pretty
no.
close. You're staying 1 point ahead right now, so you better do a good pick on this game prediction here.
Don't make me talk to Grandma about your behavior, young man.
You can get a job at Cinnabon. You didn't hear that in the news. The Cinnabon lady got fired.
Oh, she did.
We won't go into it. I guess she has a potty mouth.
No way. That's not allowed.
All right. Well, so I guess we'll let Tom go first.
For who? Oh, the
Uh,
Cowboys?
The Vikings Cowboys game.
Boy, Vikings versus Cowboys. I mean, after their last game and then previous games, that's a rough one there, Joe.
Yeah, they kind of looking at their games. They've kind of been bipolar this season.
I don't know, 23 Viking, 20 Cowboys. It'd be a close game, I think.
Old Man Withers, what do you got?
Vikings 21-14.
21-14?
It's really hard to say. The Cowboys had some really high scoring games, and yeah,
Well,
if our defense gets time to rest as they did this last time, it'll be Even better that they win against my brother's team.
Do you want me to go next, John, or you want to jump in?
Either way, I'm good.
I'll let you go.
Vikings.
Yeah, I think the defense will play well. I think of this style of offense the Vikings played in the game against the Washington football team, that they actually, if they're dedicated to doing that and they don't go away from it in the middle of the game because KOC just doesn't have the patience for it. I mean, I think that they can score some points, and the Cowboys defense has shown that they can be scored on this season. But again, we've said that in other games where it's look a little iffy on the defense. The Vikings can't put points up. So all that said, because I'm a I did initially say 27-17, but I can't copy John's Cowboy score, so I had to change it. And so we kind of talk about points. We all lost. The Bears lost to the Packers.
I can't believe that.
I know. I was in disbelief as well. And then
How
the Lions just got done beating the Cowboys. Of course, the Lions were at home. They beat the Cowboys 40-30.
Yeah.
I guess that's the roundup. We talked about points, so let's move on to predictions for the rest of the NFC North teams. Well, it's kind of, I talked about the Lions just a second ago. They're playing the Rams out in wherever the Rams are nowadays,
Los Angeles Rams.
allegedly.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Us.
This year, anyways. How many times have they moved?
The Rams?
Yeah.
Well, be
Probably
3
6 or
times because they were at one time Los Angeles Rams, and then they went to St. Louis.
And then they moved back to Los Angeles, but I swear they moved a few times in between there, like two different locations in Los Angeles. Anyways, the Lions are playing. We'll kind of go with same order we did last time. So Tom, Lions going to win or lose against the Rams on the road?
I think the Lions are going to win.
Cowboys. Did the Rams lose their last game?
That I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I think the Rams beat Seattle, didn't they?
The Rams won against the Cardinals
Okay.
45-17.
Okay.
That was a pretty solid win, 45-17.
Well, the Cardinals aren't all that great.
Well, give or take with the teams. One week you are, 1 week you're not.
I'm going to pick the Rams.
Sometimes you got to spend $20 for 6 cheese curds for them in order to win.
I'm going to go with the Rams on that one, too.
Joe's all in on this.
Boy, I got to get some points here. Got to get back in the running for them cinnamon buns or whatever you call them. Lions are going to lose. I was going to go with a win, but they're going to lose.
Nope. Sorry, Joe.
Packers play on the road. Well, you get a point, so you're one step closer. You win, I guess,
I'll ship them to you
in a cooler.
with the Star Lake box in it.
Packers are playing the
Ooh.
Broncos in Denver. What do you got, Tom?
I don't know. Said it
Broncos
was-
are 11-2.
Broncos are?
Yep.
I might have to go with the Broncos, I guess. I didn't know what they were sitting at, but I'll go with the Broncos. Thanks, John. We'll go with it.
You talk him into it.
Broncos. I had that on. Yeah.
I didn't realize we were doing that good.
Broncos because I want it more.
They just love the cheese curds being there in their home stadium.
They cost me a point last weekend, so we're got to go against them again.
Never know. Maybe he loves, he has something up his sleeve.
I'm going back and forth on this.
He hasn't had a Donkey Kong stomp, so he doesn't know what it's like.
Let's
I was
throw it.
listen to what you guys were talking about.
Yeah,
I hate to pick the Broncos, though, because of Sean Payton.
I know.
But I hate
Well, I
More.
don't like it either, but
the Packers more. The Vikings would have went to the Super Bowl without Sean Payton and Bounty. Damn it. I picked the Packers are going to lose. That's it. We decided.
Now you make
And my
me think they're
second
gonna-
favorite team, not Tom's, but my second favorite team, the Bears are playing the Browns at Soldier Field on Sunday.
Definitely the Bears. The Browns, they're probably not even going to show up.
wouldn't it be something that the Browns smear brown shit over the Bears?
Yeah,
Yours
not gonna happen.
Wouldn't that be the shit? That's why I'm afraid to pick the Bears. You never know. I got to go with the Bears.
I mean, the Browns lost to the Titans. I mean, yeah.
Bears.
The Browns
I'm going with-
lose to every team almost.
the Bears. Well, they've won 3 games. The Titans have only won 2, and one of those 2 were against the Browns. All right. So I guess we'll see. We'll have to wait till Sunday night. We're gonna wait all day for Sunday night to see what the game's gonna be like. And again, hopefully they can put something where at least 2 games in a row where they, I don't know.
Be nice.
I feel pretty confident. Any other thoughts? Are you trying to do the W?
He can't straighten out his fingers enough.
Maybe we'll sign Jameis Winston in the offseason.
What?
Sounds like a fun guy.
You know what? Judd sold Judd on Purple Daily. His hot take is that next season, the off season, or during the off season, O'Connell's gonna want to go after Stafford. And I go, really? What? Well, it can't be any worse. Mackey's always talking about Aaron Rodgers. And yeah, anybody mention Aaron Rodgers, smack him. What do you say, boy? What?
How are they going to trade for him? How's he think they're going to get him?
Yeah, well, trade for him, I guess.
Fine next year. He's going to get an extra $40 million just for being on the team next year. Are the Vikings going to take that on?
Well, they can't afford it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They're thinking about put it on a payment plan.
Yeah. Only pay this much for 3 months.
It's going to be 3 easy payments and 1 really hard one.
Yeah.
All right. I think. Well, it looks like you want to say something, Dad. Are the wheels just turning to think of something else?
The wheels are just turning. Yeah, they're turning. Yeah. I don't know why, but they are.
Turning, you get a little sidetracked here and there.
Losing traction. That's why I get sidetracked, because the wheels are spinning.
They derail.
I heard the wind whistling in those ears.
That's what was happening in that Honda Accord I was driving tonight. This wheels just spinning. Couldn't get on the highway. I had to turn around and then go the other way so I could get on the highway.
Greasy roads were very greasy today.
Why is it so icy down where I was? And I was going uphill, and I'm driving my daughter's car because she can't drive the car in the snow and because she's scared. So I get to drive the little car.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, that has doesn't that have the manual e-brake in it?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely would have took that to work. All over hell just because. You want me to do what? Okay, it's gonna cost you, but I'll do it.
The reason I was driving it, I won't go into it, but I better get thanked. Anywho,
Yep, pretty good.
Well, we'll see everyone next week. Hopefully the Vikings pull off the win Sunday night. Give us a thumbs up again if you like what you're seeing here. Subscribe. If you want to join us for an episode, email the email in the description below. skolchatwiscota@gmail.com. Skol Vikings.
Thank you for joining us, Skol Bikes.
Victory.
Oh,
Let's win the game.